Hello, this is Blastic. This is another video guide to set up the Blastic IoT Scale project. This time we are prepping our Google form, custom Google form to upload the data and take advantage of the IoT characteristics of the scale. Let's just make a little overview of this thing because everything started from this page from Precious Plastic that is still live but deprecated on upload.preciousplastic.com. And here you can see there is a simple Google form that lets you upload your weighted plastic. And this project agreed with the grant from Precious Plastic at the Precious Plastic Open Source Fund. We um, precisely adopted this structure of questions. And so the scale work as an automatic filler for these questions. Sorry. The scale also is capable of upload to this very um, page, but the function is disabled by default, so you got to activate it in the firmware. The real usage of the scale is a clone of this questionnaire. So we've got to follow this instruction to make your own copy, and we will see later how powerful it is to have this kind of answer repository in Google Form because you can use the Google Sheet that is like an Excel clone to manipulate and show your data in a very, very powerful way because they are also live data. But let's start from the start. And stop. Let me say another little thing about the overview. This is the starting point, and the second step for the Plastic IoT Scale project a long time ago was to find this hack online, this so-called hack, that is a blog page, a series from Dara Alvis, um, and his blog Confuse the Source Code. It's quite ironic because he finds out how to um, fill the Google form automatically. And this is possible only by these techniques because there is not an API, and this also means that Google can change this how do you call it, this method, this structure in its Google form modules anytime and invalidate all this process, but it is many years that they are in this form, and also we have prepared some workarounds with the SD card upload to make the scale functional anyway. But let's follow this method, and we start with cloning our Google form with the provided um, URL, and then we paste the URL in the browser. You will need to use Chrome. I'm using Firefox now, but you will see later why you need to use Chrome. When you enter the URL provided, you will be prompted with this question. If you want to make a copy of the Blastic IoT Scale automatically submit the plastic you collected or upcycled. That is the pre-made copy of the Google form that I made for you. And by clicking on make a copy, you will have your own um, questionnaire. So you will need also to have a Google account to do that. And we will need to extract the right configuration of your copy and upload it to the scale to have it all linked in a functioning device. So let's click make a copy, and shortly you will have this page that lets you also change the questions. You suggest you need to leave this as it is and click publish. On the upper right there is a button, a purple button. When you have published that, you can accept anyone with a link, or you can also, no, I think you need to leave that this way. We click publish, and we now you see that it is saving this configuration, and we get this copy responder link. We use this link, and I'm opening it in Google Chrome. You will see why it is important. I opened it in Google Chrome because I need to access the developer mm, tab. I've got to do it in two ways. I suggest Control Shift I, that opens it, or you can get there. Sorry, it is in Italian, but in other instruments you can get dev developers instrument. You click on that. You see the shortcut is Control mm, Shift I, and I get this mm, tab that opens here. I select network that is already selected, and in this configuration I start to fill the fields of the Google form. So I suggest you to write name in the your name tab, collection, the collection point, type of plastic you can choose. I will use PVC because it's not used, and the amount of plastic one it will go, or even zero, it will be good. Then I click submit. When I click submit, something will happen here, and we will use that. So I'll click submit. The page is working. My response is being recorded, and then the network section, I go and search for the right stuff I need. So I use on the very right middle page this to get form a response and click on it. Now I have these numbers I need, and I will explain it in a moment. The payload section, and the header section is the other one that interests us. Here we have to copy the request URL in Notepad, right? We've got to manually take and we then we need this entry.name form data, save that. When I have this data, I have to use it and upload them to the Blastic Scale. To do so, I need to open VS Code, which I download to upload the firmware on the board. Then I open the project. I take an USB cable, plug the USB-C in the Arduino, so, and then I'm using the battery cable from the Pro Scale build. Do so. Then I plug the USB into the computer, and by doing so, when the project is open, I can see, you can hear that the scale is plugged. I open the serial monitor on the upper right menu or by Ctrl Alt S shortcut by keyboard. And I've got my serial monitor open, and we are now communicating from the computer to the Blastic IoT Scale, and we can send messages or requests like this one, for example, is waiting 0, or these are just examples. I wrote it wrong, but I want to do specific things now. So I go to the wiki of the project on the Blastic Dash Scale repo on GitHub in the pisto PISTO um, owner of the Blastic Dash Scale. I go in the wiki, I choose command line interface section, and there I would like to go to the command reference. I want to go to the variables reference, clicking there. And now I want to set to use set and get commands, because I want to set this configuration: collection point, collection name, user Google form, and also type of plastic and collection point. These ones are are the right. So with patience, expecting my noise is I'm going to upload that. So I will try to follow in order to be too much confusion. And okay, is a form type, is a form URN. I want to set the URN, so I will copy this. I will go in the serial monitor, right, set config, and then I would like to use some of the data I took before. And the right one is the URL from there. And I upload this one. And this is set. Now I go on and work on the other variables. Now choose the type. You got to be careful in selecting the right entry number, and now it will be useful the responses I gave into the Google Form module. So I see the type is this one, is entry 826036.805, because I can see the type of plastic is the variable information linked to that numbers. So I set this field and I go on with the collection point. Just copying. I want to set so the collection point is this one linked with collection answer from before. So just copy that value, paste it after a space. Okay, let's go on setting the variables. Here is the collector name, command, and from our manually copied the values, we can see that name is this one, and we can set that too. That is gone. We are just missing. We set. We need the weight exactly. This one is the weight value. Control C. Set. Control V. And this last parameter is this one with the weight. I entered 0, so this is the value I need to configure. Then I got to type in a really important command, that is EEPROM save. Let's check if there is a description. Okay, this one is a command that will make your configuration stuck in the scale. Otherwise, you will lose that on reset. And we saved it. Now the scale is linked to the Google form. Given you have set the Wi-Fi correctly. You can also change the Wi-Fi on the fly with an SD card, because SD card can send this kind of commands we are sending by serial terminal directly to the scale. So if you have if you have an SD card with a text file with no extensions on it, but containing this kind of commands written in it, the scale will execute them, and that is really useful to have Wi-Fi configuration on the fly. For example, when you go collecting plastic on the beach and things like that, when you have not the Wi-Fi of the place where you are staying and you want to use the phone as an hotspot, for example. Okay, this is all for the configuration both of your repo, this this kind of page from Google Form, and linking that to your scale. I would like to make a last quick overview on the backend of the Google Form page, because it's really powerful. Here you have the responses from the Google Form um, layout, and there is the name, the collection point, we save the collection, plastic with the cake graphic. We have 100% PVC, only one response. And this is like a standard, very simple showing layout to analyze your responses. But if you click here to link to sheets, you really can unlock and select to create a new spreadsheet. Unlock really powerful features like this I'm showing you. You will get this beautiful graph, and you can make live graphics from this like live control of your upload, because if you make a weight it will instantly appear and you can make graph. I'm gonna show you some from my own repo just to show you the potential of this working environment. Okay, let's go to my okay, let's try this one. Maybe stay with me for a second. Let's go to Google Forms. And from here you can check my demo. In my demo you have a lot of responses because we worked a lot, and you can see we can already see some nice data, but in sheets, in Google Sheets, that is like an Excel. There is this powerful configuration, so you can draw, choose your own graphs. So this is the normal cake graphic, but I like very much also the column one. And you can have this column graphic shown on a display, for example, at events. So you can use all this data as an insight of your activity, and this is a workspace tool really powerful. Or you can use this data displays at an event because these graphs, these columns are live updating themselves, and you can see the weighting appearing on a screen in a graphic format that is really, really um, impacting as a data display style. Of course, you can choose a lot of other options for graphic displaying. This is just a demo, but I hope you liked this, and I hope you will find nice to use this kind of device. For now, uh, I'm gonna um, salute you, but I would like also to remember you to go to the discussion section of the GitHub if you want to have live responses or delayed live responses, because that will be checked once a week. So bye bye.